Don't I'm back.
Alright. You eating now?
Gettin son that the rest is not done yet.
Just blowing up stuff. I was doing the headhunter, but I'm bored with that.
Actually, I'm finna do one. Oh, I'm in a session right now.
I'm in a solo session.
There's just one friend playing it.
Huh?
In here it says there's one. Nobody.
I gave you an invite.
That's how the bandy.
Huh?
That's how that try. Should I try the LG glitch? LG.
Why?
I don't know, just to do it.
Just to see if it works still. I mean, like, I don't know. I wouldn't.
Ear session. Just died. Oh, I was just about to do the headhunter.
Yeah, you can do it. Mine's just be done in like 4 minutes. Or you can go kill the rest of them and get the money,
I
right?
can't. I have to protect them.
Well,
Can you put me in your crew?
Well, don't protect them. Kill them. Oh yeah, no.
I can't. I tried. You can't actually kill them. Put me in your crew.
It won't let me because I'm on a job.
Okay. You want
Alright,
this $9,000 bounty?
you got a $9,000
Them
bounty?
dude. Yeah, cause some dudes put a bounty on me when after they griefed me, then I destroyed them.
You keep it?
Remember? Yeah,
You,
you keep it. Yeah, you keep a bounty until someone kills you.
really? I never knew that. Wow, I
Want it?
never knew. Yeah, I'll come get it. I'm getting in my buzzard now. Well, buzzard ain't no good. It just parked it in the middle of the street and a car just hit it.
Wow. Coming.
Really?
Yeah, I've tried like to kill him, but it doesn't work.
Alright. Well, I'm on the way back over there.
I'm coming to you. Man, we gonna be in like 2027 and be like, Red Dead Redemption came out 7 years ago, and there's been a lot of changes since, you know.
Right.
Well, I don't know when Red Dead Redemption 2 came out, but like, whenever, we're gonna be 7 years from then, like GTA. Well, Red Dead Redemption 2 came out 7 years ago, and let's just say, it was alright.
It was alright, yeah.
And be like, Rockstar hasn't added that amazing game. GTA, on the other hand, dead. No one plays that anymore.
I know.
14 years ago. Well, I mean, actually, they'll have GTA 6 out, so, I mean... Yeah, they'll have GTA 6 out. Here, take my oppressor.
Oh, was that you?
Yeah.
I was like, how are they? I was like, are they homing on me?
Take my oppressor.
By the time I land, it'll be up. Time's only at like a minute 20.
Oh, yeah, it's about to go on. Good. See, I'm gonna try to kill the target, and it doesn't work. Watch this.
Oh, it's moving now. Oh no, he's not.
Doesn't work. Or he'll just kill me.
Where you at? $30 more seconds and you can start one.
Alright, I'm coming. Don't kill me. Don't kill me on my pressure.
Yeah,
just
I'm
knock
not.
me out or something.
What the heck? Yeah, I'm not trying to pay that insurance. Is that what, 10 grand for
10 grand. You trying to hit me with the helicopter?
yeah.
I barely took any damage. Might as well hit the blades. Oh! I didn't know if you're gonna get to go for that or not. So at first I just didn't do it, so I was like, alright, I'm just gonna do it.
I don't know. You pick, no, I don't know if you get it. No, I don't know if you get it or not. Oh, I got some money off of you though.
Yeah, no.
$1.
That kill counted.
It didn't say I rifled you though, or spliced you or whatever. the word is this? Oh.
Remember you used to be playing 25 grand for buzzard.
Yeah, man. That was whack. And I spent so much money and I would get it and then I get shot down. I'm like, man, that was my last 25,000. I'd be so mad, man. I'm like, really, y'all?
German signal. That's a
I,
German
I just
signal
I
right
just
over
busted
there.
that one too. I already busted that one. And I just busted another one not too far from here too.
I got $2.2 million now.
Sweet.
Alright, hold on. I'm gonna get something to eat now.
Alright.
Alright. Alright, back. Got my chicken.
Alright.
Back.
Yo, I'm in a
Pretty good.
blow up. I'm in a blow up. Well, not a blow up. Well, it's kind of like a blow up, like a blow up boat.
Little boat.
Yeah, it's like a little camping boat. It was just on the ground, so I all of what's in
Exact.
it. That's what I was in. Well, look what it's doing. Did you see
Whoa!
that?
Whoa! High pressure! High pressure!
What? Cool little boat. I was trying to see if I can move, but it won't.
Oopsie.
I was gonna see what's up with this boat.
Whoa.
Is there any boats that have missiles?
Watch this. Water?
Yeah, that's what I was doing.
Boats? No. But if there would, it would be on war stock.
Yeah.
A boat on war stock probably has missiles.
Gee.
But probably on dock twos. You can look in dock twos. Got a yacht?
No. Ooh.
It's still here. I literally blew it up. What?
What? You blew up what?
That boat thingy. I missed.
Huh. It won't blow up. Uh-oh, somebody's
Last time.
mad. Did you hear that?
What? Oh!
The dude back there was like, "You're dead. You're dead, dead, dead."
Oh, auto aim. Hey!
There's somebody else.
Hey,
Whoa.
how did you do that?
I was pointing at that dude. And what kind of bomb is that? Did you see that? We both did at the same time. I'm about to die next time you do it. What happened to you? Where'd you? Oh, there you are.
Bull!
Huh?
Got him. Dumb bull. Oop. Oh, wait, what? How'd you get that shot off? You might want to get up. Like. What? Did you kill your...
I don't know how I did that.
Just spamming those. You don't even know where I'm at. Got him. You got him. Whoa. 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 Get behind those rocks. Got him. You trying to rocket me?
I'm just trying to see if I can find you without seeing you. How close is it coming to you?
A little bit to the left. A little bit more to the left.
Ooh, follow the trail, baby. You talking about to the left? That's a
And this
damn.
shit. Oh. Went right. Ooh. If that one wanna go party would hit me. Oh.
What was that thing that in the middle of the road?
Right in the head. This. At me.
Huh?
Someone's mad at me.
What?
That someone is mad at me.
Why?
About some random red dots.
Oh.
Wait, man.
I know, right?
Gosh.
Jeez, what was that? Golly.
I think I might do a headhunter now. I don't know. Why is everybody mad at me for? What'd I do?
How can I help you, homie? We gonna rob this asshole blind.
Yeah, what's cool is up and atomize me off my oppressor. This is what I do with other people. It's so funny. Not funny.
Now I got somebody mad at me.
Why?
Because I killed you.
Nowhere to go.
You're by the police? How are you standing next to the police and they're coming for you? Or are they coming for me only?
Wait for me. Dude, I died, remember?
Oh, so they're coming for me. That's why they weren't messing with you.
Did you just see how he swerved right past me?
Yeah.
He literally shot me.
Take cover. You maggot. Hit the dirt.
I'm just watching him. I closed the doors for them.
I closed the doors to them.
He said, "You disgust me." Whoa! I didn't do anything. I didn't do
They
anything.
just turned back around and yeah, I've had that stuff happen to me a whole bunch of times.
He said, "You disgust me." Well, guess what, police? You. Where you at? You disgust me.
We did it at the same time. I hit it with the Azhalamizer.
Oh, I want to see something. Can I lock on you with my sniper? Hold on. I want to see something. Can I lock on you with my sniper? Ready? I can't.
We mean auto aim?
You can no scope with your sniper. Pull out your sniper and don't aim. Just hit L2.
Yeah, I know. I've done that. How did you get out of the car like that?
What?
You disgust me.
I don't know what I want to pull out. Ace 1979 has died. You just said it again. You disgust me. Rampage mode. Rampage mode. So there's no
Whoa.
let's have a stone hatchet battle. Have a stone hatchet. What the heck? Did you see that?
What?
Let's have a stone hatchet battle.
Oh.
Ready?
Wait a minute. Let's get the cops office.
I'm not gonna just bribe him. Alright, get off of me. I'm behind you. Why is he just standing on you? Why did it lock on from the car from that far? The little stone hatchet thing. Alright, let's have a stone hatchet battle. Ready? Ready?
Where you at?
Behind you. Why'd you do that? As soon as I seen you go by them, I just seen as soon as you put your fist up, I seen it. Rampage mode! You can't stop me! Ah! I missed! What I like mix. Ah! Rampage mode! Activated! Coming for you. He missed. Dang it. I'm in stealth mode.
What did you do that for? he instead of swinging on you, he opened the cop car. I was like, you dummy. Why do you didn't? You're supposed to swing the axe.
I missed then. What? Got him. Yes! I thought you got me for a second. Ace, I thought you got me for a second.
I didn't swing quick enough.
Going. Wait. Oh, bye.
I got you. That's bull.
get me. What the fuck is that? Oh, it probably got you. Dang it. Oh. Money was added to your arcade because it's full. Oh. Where are you at? Oh. Buy me water. Hey, what are you doing?
You said find you in the water.
Fight me in the water.
Oh, fight you in the water.
What? Die! Die! How are you still alive? How are you still alive?
I'm not. I've been died.
Oh. Oh. I was saying. What weapon are you using?
Knife.
Oh. Oh no. Oh no. Oh. No. Die. Go. Come on. Go. What? Where's your body? Oh, you died? Hey, what? Showed you. I didn't get the kill.
Yeah, it did. It said icebreaker killed you.
Man, I remember these little. I'm using knuckle duster. I remember using these in Vice City. Oh no! 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 Hunt him already! Dang it! Eviscerated you. That's a really weird word. Eviscerated. You eviscerated me. Flashlight. How do I use this? How do I use a flashlight? Your name, but I don't see your player. Wait. Wait, no, stop it. You turn around. Where'd you go? Where did you go? There you are. These are wild. Oh crap. Ooh, my lung capacity. Oh! I know your lung capacity goes up when you do this.
Yeah. That's why I bought the scuba diving suit.
But that
No, that's
doesn't make
not
any
why I
sense.
bought it.
Scuba diving?
Yeah, but I bought it so I can swim underwater longer.
No,
And
but
then,
that gets your lung capacity up.
yeah, I know. That's why I
That
was
doesn't make
underwater.
sense.
Yeah, it does, because you're underwater.
It doesn't strengthen your lungs.
Well, here it does.
But I hit you once. Alright, what do you want to do? Do now.
I don't care.
Killing myself. Like, oh, how do I kill myself? I can't.
Yeah, you can't. I know you
I'm
can't. No, you can go all the way down. That's about the only way you kill yourself.
How?
Go too deep. And then your breath starts. Even the scuba suit doesn't help.
It's like getting slower. What if everything went through in GTA, it happens to you in life, like pain, like pain.
I don't
Like
want none
you
of
got
that.
exploded in a very, very painful manner, and like you start drowning your lung. Just swim to the other side. I think my bunker's ready to sell again. No, is I'm gonna go check. I gotta buy it.
Alright.
It is. I just need 500 more K. Guess what? I get my vehicle warehouse. Vehicle warehouse. Vehicle warehouse.
Cool.
He keeps on LJT keeps on messaging me. Have you ever heard the fact that money never grows on trees?
Yeah.
But it doesn't grow in your money factory either. I don't use that anymore. I need your assistant. Ooh. Hey, so you on ground right now?
I'm in
This
the
is
air.
cool.
What?
Alright, look at me.
Where you at? Where you at? You're nowhere near. Oh, I see you.
Look at the map. Alright, come to me. Oh snap, who is this? In a jet.
Really? That's nobody. That's just
Oh,
what's that red thing doing?
you'll see. Already. Jeez. Come on already.
Oh, you're waiting for me to get a strike.
No. Dude, what the heck? Oh, it's not my friend's playing. Oh, Daddy, I'm gonna go to my friend's party. I haven't played with him in a while. I said I'm gonna go to my friend's party. Yeah, I haven't played with him in a while.
Okay. I'll holler at you later, dog.
Alright.
See you tomorrow. You going to school, right?
Definitely will not rise up against what's that thing? Oh, the servant phone? Oh, they're rising up. We'll turn them off. They won't turn off? Well, I don't know. That was static. They wouldn't get us a second camera. They won't get us. And look, the drug might genuinely work and be a major breakthrough, which would be great. But the president shouldn't be talking it up like he's filming a testimonial for a prescription drug commercial. All that's missing are shots of him walking on the beach and playing guitar with a bunch of other 70-somethings.
Never mind.
Yeah, good jam session, fellas. You know, when you get to my age,
Never mind.
there's a billion ways you can
Yeah.
struggle. That's why I take Regeneron. Oh, where are they?
Get your oppressor.
Where you guys?
Alright, hold on.
Oh wait.
Oh,
Oh,
one second.
you're not even here no more.
Hey, I'm right here.
Your name's not on here.
Okay, stay right here real quick. Wait, what is that? Is that a purple shirt?
Yeah, I don't know where I got this.
Whoa, wait. I want to see closer. I want to see what that is. Hold on. I want to see closer. Wait. Stop. I want to see like the front of it. I'm trying to get a closer view. Wait. And still broke it.
Supreme Court supermajority. Trump has left the country in ruins, and now it's up to us to put it back together. More on that.
Is that a rocket?
Oh! Raccoons are here.
It's purple, whatever it is.
Welcome back.
Oh, the image.
Quickly take stock of where we're at right now. The White House is empty as an abandoned Hollywood video after a COVID outbreak infected the president and his aides and exposed potentially thousands of others. Cases are once again on the rise, but this pre-state report defines the president's screen tweeted that he was unilaterally ending state response to them.
What are you doing?
Some of the country's senior military leadership, including members of the Joint Chiefs and quarantine raccoons, have taken over the White House, and staffers have to wear masks, gowns.
What in the world?
Whoa.
What? Did you? What? Oh.
We're spreading it across the country. Everyone's got it, and they're giving it to their neighbors. What all this shows is a defeated
Oh god. That was funny. I said mercenaries. Oh god, that was funny.
but it's also an exciting
Yes, it
place
was
to be.
funny.
This is
Oh,
Post Thursday Walking Show
oh,
every night at 12:35 right here on NBC. Stay safe, wash your hands, wear a mask. Vote. We love you. Good night.
wait. Were you shocked by like all the cars coming by?
Yeah.
Don't you? I swear, of all the
Wait
time.
over here,
We went, we bought
and
the
ran
puppet
over
today,
here,
guys.
helicopter.
God's love we delivered.
Yeah. Everybody started just.
Huh? You trying to run?
Stay safe. Wash your hands. Wear a mask. We love you.
Oh, I forgot I got.
Huh?
Ooh, that was funny. Hey!
What's
Hey,
up with
who's
this purple
this?
shirt though?
Oh no.
I'm about to change my outfit. That's ugly.
There is a new focus on the threat of
Oh, that's funny when you call them
the
mercenaries.
arrests of extremists accused of plotting to kidnap the governor of Michigan.
Ah, that was funny.
Wolverine Watchmen first plotted to storm the Michigan Capitol, then settled on kidnapping Governor Whitmer.
Yeah, I was trying to start you when I was like, what's the color of your shirt? Ooh, please, dang. So annoying. Bribe you, jeez, annoying. I bribe them.
No, you're not gonna rob me neither.
The last second, dude. You said it at the last second. At the last second. How? I saw him approaching you. I was like, yes. How did you see?
Cause the dude just started running up towards me. I knew there wasn't nobody.
How did you see him though?
Cause I was fighting the police and I seen the dude running towards me.
But he was behind you. Oh, his third person view. Was it called third person view or whatever?
No. I was in whatever view.
Oh, alright, Daddy. I'm about to leave.
Alright, dude. Have a good one.
Alright, bye, Daddy. Love you.
Bye. Love you too, son.
Why is this something that is also going on in America? Well, let's find out why. In another installment, though, you don't know, now you know. When you talk about militias in America, you have to start hundreds of years ago. Although, back then, militias were not different than the ones we see today.
Well-regulated militias were actually quite important to the founders. They believed they were a bulwark against tyranny, and they were worried that the big, strong new central government might crush these state military forces.
So what they did is they said, we will have a militia. All able-bodied residents between certain ages are available to be called forth by the government in defense of the state. And once called forth, they answer to the government, they're trained by the government, they're directed and regulated by the government.
The federal government was requiring everyone to be in the militia, but the state started to try to get around it in the early 19th century because it was so unpopular. So they created laws that said there is an organized militia and an unorganized militia. And anybody who wants to participate in the militia actively would be part of the organized militia. That later became the National Guard.
This new arrangement, titled the Militia Act, will also be referred to as the Dick Law, after its sponsor, U.S. Senator Charles Dick of Ohio.
Yes, the Dick Law made a clear separation between organized and unorganized militias. And furthermore, none of you are even paying attention right now, are you? You're thinking about Dick Law. You're sitting there giggling, thinking about Dick Law, huh? You're so immature. I'm trying to give you information, and now you're probably imagining it as a new Law and Order spin-off. Go ahead then, take your time. Haha, Dick Law. In fact, I'll show you a logo for the show. This will move things along, okay? You happy now? And then the point I was trying to make is, like freedom of speech and trash ass movies, militias go back to the very beginning of America. Early America needed everyone to be ready to defend it at a moment's notice. It was a different world, with different needs. Hell,
Morse
Canada was a
Mutual.
threat to
How can I
America
be
back
of
then,
service?
which is wild.
I can do
Like
that.
finding out Mr. Rogers used to be a cage fighter. Things have changed. But in today's age, militias are a lot like wiping your ass with bleach. They used to be all we had.
You calling for some wheels? I'm Johnny on the spot. I'll hook you up.
You're probably a little crazy. And in fact, once militias were folded into the National Guard, unofficial militias sort of disappeared from America. Well, at least for a while. But in recent years, they started to re-emerge in a much different and disturbing form.
Armed paramilitary groups first got traction in the early 90s with high-profile clashes in Ruby Ridge, Idaho and Waco, Texas. Their numbers dropped after the Oklahoma City bombing.
I'll get there as soon as I can.
On the rise since President Obama took office.
It is in part a reaction to the election of America's first black president. These groups start to expand very rapidly, I think largely in response to the idea that the United States is becoming less white.
Well, you don't like blacks. You're racist and everything like that because he's a black president. No, I don't care what color he is. There's something not right about him.
Militias grew nearly 800% during Obama's presidency as conspiracy theories, exaggerations, and rumors surfaced online and in the far-right media.
They're going to take your guns under the ruse of preventing war.
There were fears that he'd try to stay in office indefinitely, that he was a socialist and a Muslim. Even one wild rumor that he was going to invade Texas.
Wow. Militias exploded once Obama became president? Well. We meet again, racism. I've been expecting you. It's almost like Obama became president and then the entire country locked its doors. And looking back on it, it's so funny that these guys thought Obama was going to try and stay president forever and invade Texas. Because as soon as he could, Obama was out, winning Oscars and kite surfing with Richard Branson. So long, bitches. And you know it's so weird how this stuff works. Because these people openly admit to every single conspiracy theory that they believe. But as soon as you ask them if it's because Obama is black, then all of a sudden they're like, what? Come on, man. No way. It's that other thing that we don't like about him. Oh, what's that? Well, he's so tall. I mean, what is he doing up there? So, modern militias are not real military organizations. But what sets them apart from other violent gangs is that they tend to act as if they are.
These people are incredibly dangerous. They're running around like a bunch of G.I. Joes, armed to the teeth.
Groups of civilians who are creating military structures in their organizations, collecting and storing arms, ammunition.
This is the Kill House. Part of a training ground for a right-wing militia in the American South.
This is for conducting military operations in urban terrain. We're going to practice and rehearse moving up to these structures.
You always want to be prepared for whatever could possibly come up.
I'm training for a type of event that I will be wearing this 24/7.
But getting off the couch and doing something that's extreme, then yeah, I'm in extremes.
I don't think it's the getting off the couch aspect that makes you an extremist. I mean, there's a lot of middle ground between getting off the couch and decapitating mannequins in the woods. Because that dude was purposefully describing the most benign part of what he was doing. It's like Hannibal Lecter saying, setting the table and listening to classical music makes me a cannibal. I guess I'm a cannibal. Oh, he was eating human liver part. You eat human? Oh, yes, that too. What I don't get about this militia, that if you want to dress in army fatigues and train for war, you can do that in the military, and they'll pay you, and they give you health care. This is like someone picking up strangers and then just driving them around the city for free. Oh man, join Uber, get yourself some of those stars. And look, it's clear that these dudes have a woke ideology. But a big part of this is that these guys clearly need friends. They're lonely, they're scared of change. This militia stuff gives them a sense of community. But the because of toxic masculinity, the only way they can feel comfortable bonding is embraced around violence. I just wish one day, one of them would just be like, hey guys, instead of spending all weekend canning beans and shitting in the woods, do you guys maybe just want to go out for brunch? Thank you. I thought I was the only one thinking that. I know a place that makes a great eggs Benedict. So, today's militias are less organized and more heavily armed than the original ones. But there's another big difference too. While the 18th century militia was done to protect the country, the 21st century variety usually wants to rip the country apart.
Most of the men charged with a criminal plot to kidnap Michigan Governor Richard have ties to the Boogaloo movement.
The Boogaloo, the term taken from the title of the 1984 movie, it started as a meme among gun rights activists to refer to a public uprising. Then in May, the movement jumped into the real world with armed men in warning shirts, protested lockdown orders in Michigan, Texas, and North Carolina.
Those Aloha shirts, they're not for a luau. Homeland Security and the Department of Justice have labeled them as a violent extremist group.
This group is a very serious potential threat. They've already been linked to 2 deaths in California, one including a federal officer.
Their ideology is based on the notion of an impending Second American Civil War, which they call Civil War II Electric Boogaloo.
So hold up. If I understand this correctly, the first Civil War was fought to end slavery, and then the second one will be because some assholes were born? And people, did I miss the memo when tropical gear became a white supremacist thing? These guys have a Hawaiian shirt, the Charleston white supremacists had tiki torches. What's next? Instead of burning crosses, is the KKK going to start roasting pigs? What these people don't seem to understand is that a second Civil War would be a disaster for America. Because not only would it kill millions and destroy the country, also, we would all have to grow mutton chops again. And I don't think I can pull off mutton chops. Or could I? Maybe I could look good in mutton chops. Hey, you know what? I'm ready. Let's do a Civil War. And that's the story of how militias started in America, what they've turned into, and why they've become one of the biggest threats to the United States of America. And if you don't know, now you know. President Trump sat down for an interview with Chris Wallace, the only reporter at Fox News who isn't trying to become the next press secretary. And you can tell that he isn't, because this was no softball interview. In fact, it was pretty much a masterclass in how not to let Trump get away with his usual bullshit. Like, you know how Trump is always bragging about how well the United States is doing with the coronavirus? Well, here's what happened when he tried that move with Chris Wallace.
I think we have one of the lowest mortality rates in the world. Well, we're going to take a look.
We have 900 deaths on a single day.
We will take a look.
This week.
Ready?
You can check it out.
Please get me the mortality rate.
Yeah.
Kaylee's right here. I heard we have one of the lowest, maybe the lowest mortality rate anywhere in the world. You have the numbers, please? Because I heard we had the best mortality rate. Number one low mortality rate. I hope you show this scenario because it shows what fake news is all about.
Okay. I don't think I'm fake news, but we'll put our stats on.
You said we had the worst mortality rate in the world, and we have the best.
All right, it's a little complicated, but bear with us. We went with numbers from Johns Hopkins University, which charted the mortality rate for 20 countries hit by the virus. The U.S. ranked 7th, better than the United Kingdom, but worse than Brazil and Russia. The White House went with this chart from the European CDC, which shows Italy and Spain doing worse, but countries like Brazil and South Korea doing better. Other countries doing better, like Russia, aren't included in the White House chart.
Oh, see? Chris Wallace did 2 things right there that Trump absolutely hates. Isn't that Trump used a bullshit chart to prove that America has the best mortality rate? It's that even on a bullshit chart, it's still not true. I mean,
If you just want any chart that's going to show how well you're doing, just go all the way with it. And that wasn't the only time Trump tried to bring receipts that he didn't actually have. Here he is attempting to prove that Joe Biden said he wants to defund the police.
They wanted to fund the police, and Biden wants to fund the police.
Sir, he does not.
Look, he signed a charter with Bernie Sanders. I will get that one, just like I was right on the mortality rate. Did you read the charter that he agreed
It says
to?
nothing about defunding.
Oh, really? It says abolish. It says, but let's go.
All right. Well,
give me the charter, please.
All right.
Because you've got to start studying for these.
He says defund the police.
He says defund the police. They talk about abolishing the police. They talk about illegal aliens, boring.
I look forward to seeing. Sir, I'm not disagreeing with you on any of those. I'm disagreeing about defund police.
The White House never sent us evidence the Bernie Biden platform calls for defunding or abolishing police because there is none.
Oh man, I don't care how many times I watch it. It is priceless. Seeing Trump flail around, trying to find a fact that he made up. And it actually shows you how his brain just kind of mixes up everything he reads into one big information smoothie. Because clearly, he read that Biden wants to abolish immigration detention, and he also read that Biden wants police reform, and then his brain just mashed them up into Biden wants to abolish the police. I kind of want to give Trump a book to read, just to see how he would explain it back to me. Great Eggs and Ham is a tragic story about two eggs that want to marry a ham. They want to get married. But again, another great fact check from Chris Wallace. And I gotta admit, I love Chris Wallace, the journalist. But Chris Wallace, the dad, must be a nightmare. His kids are probably coming home like, yeah, school was fine. You know, we just did a bunch of work. I just put my head down and worked. Well, actually, I have photo evidence here of you spending all day under the bleachers vaping while making out with Samantha. And honestly, it got to the point where Chris Wallace wasn't just fact-checking Trump. He was fact-shaming him. Because for years now, Trump has been bragging about what a good score he got on some cognitive ability test. And yesterday, Wallace flat out told Trump that his test score ain't shit.
In the Fox poll, they asked people, who is more competent? Whose mind is sounder? Biden beats you in that.
Well, I tell you what, let's take a test. Let's take a test right now. Let's go down, Joe and I will take a test. Let him take the same test that I took.
Incidentally, I took the test too when I heard that you passed it.
Yeah, how did you do it?
Well, it's not the hardest test.
No, but
there's a picture and it says left out and it's an elephant.
No. You see, that's all misrepresentation.
Well, that's what it was on the web.
It's all misrepresentation. Because, yes, the first few questions are easy, but I'll bet you couldn't even answer the last 5 questions. I'll bet you couldn't. They get very hard, the last 5 questions.
Well, one of them was count back from 100 by 7.
And let me tell you, you couldn't answer.
All right, what's the question?
Many of the questions. I'd get you the test. I'd like to give it. But I guarantee you that Joe Biden could not answer those questions. Okay? And I answered all 35 questions correct.
Wow, guys. This is sort of making me sad right now. Because Trump is trying so hard to claim he's a genius because he passed a test where you have to identify an elephant. Which, let's be honest, even for Trump is too easy. I mean, if they wanted to test Trump, they shouldn't have asked him to identify an elephant. They should have asked him to identify his second daughter. Yeah, that would have been impressive.
Is it this one?
No, that's Jared, sir.
Okay. But I was close, right?
And also, counting back from 100 by 7 is super easy. Anyone can do it. 100, 93, 86. You don't have to be a genius. And you know what, jokes aside, I actually do feel reassured that Trump passed that cognitive test. Because someday, when terrorists threaten to kidnap the Washington Monument, unless the president correctly identifies an elephant, you know Trump's got that shit handled.
It's that one. It's the rhino with the long nose.
Now, Wallace covered a lot of ground in this interview. But no matter the subject, Trump managed to make it weird. For instance, when Wallace asked Trump about army bases named after Confederate generals, this is what he said.
The National Defense Authorization Act, the NDAA, you have threatened to veto it because in the bill, and this is supported by Republicans as well as Democrats, it would rename army bases named for Confederate generals.
We won 2 world wars. 2 world wars, beautiful world wars that were vicious and horrible, and we won them out of Fort Bragg. We want to, out of all of these forts, that now they want to throw those names away. Go to that community where Fort Bragg is, in a great state. I love that state. Go to the community. Say, how do you like the idea of renaming Fort Bragg? And then what are we going to name it? We're going to name it after the Reverend Al Sharpton?
Okay, I'm sorry, what? 2 beautiful world wars? This dude really can't objectify anything. We've had 2 beautiful, bangable world wars. Totally tense. That is such a dumb thing to say that they didn't even think to put something like that on the cognitive test. Should we ask people about both world wars and see if they find them attractive or not? No, forget it. Nobody's brain is that broken. So the elephant should look like this, yeah? Also, how insulting is it to say that people might rename the bases after Al Sharpton? Of course they should rename it after Al Sharpton. Think about how terrifying that would be for enemy soldiers. Ah, Scheiße, here comes the Al Sharpton Brigade. They're gonna call us out on our racism. We're gonna get so cancelled. This almost goes without saying, but there's a giant middle ground between naming bases after Confederate generals and naming them after Al Sharpton. I mean, America has had lots of non-Confederate generals. Trump should know that. He's fired a lot of them. I mean, you can make any problem sound ridiculous if you pretend Al Sharpton is the only solution. President Trump, we need universal health care.
Oh, who's going to be your doctor? Al Sharpton?
But here's the thing. As incredible as it was to see Trump face a real interviewer, nothing Wallace says is going to convince Trump that he's wrong about anything. Because as Trump showed, even when he is already being proven wrong, he still insists that eventually he's going to be right.
Dr. Fauci at the beginning said, this will pass, don't worry about it, this will pass. He was wrong.
But
right?
you made mistakes too.
I guess everybody makes mistakes.
I was going to say, you said at one point...
I think we're going to be very good with the coronavirus. I think that at some point that's going to sort of just disappear, I hope. I'll be right eventually. I will be right eventually. You know, I said it's going to disappear. I'll say it again. It's going to disappear. And I'll be right.
Eventually, I'll be right. That's not how being right works. If you guess the wrong answer at trivia, you can't get a point by claiming that eventually one of the answers will be Marge Simpson. But that answer does expose the fundamental truth about Trump. He's much more concerned about being able to say he's right than about actually being right. If coronavirus ends up wiping out the entire planet except for Trump, he'll be standing at a podium all by himself saying, "You see, folks, it totally disappeared. I was right." Portland, Oregon, the first city to legalize marriage between a bookstore and a bike shop. Portland has now seen more than 50 straight days of Black Lives Matter protests. But over the last few days, something new has been happening, with more and more protesters facing off against heavily armed law enforcement in some very dramatic ways.
Moms gathered singing "Please Don't Shoot Me" last night, but local media says federal agents again used tear gas, flashbangs, and pepper balls to disperse the crowd. Some people are calling a 53-year-old Navy veteran the Superman of Portland because of how he did not react after being hit by federal officers with batons and then tear gas.
I'm sure you've seen this woman who's been dubbed Naked Athena. She showed up at protests very calm, very confident, wearing nothing but a face mask and a beanie. And just so you know, she's wearing courage, and the police did disperse when she just sat there and showed her body.
Protesting naked? Now that's bravery. Although, are we sure being naked is part of her protest? I mean, she could just be one of those people who spend so much time in lockdown that they forgot that they have to wear clothes when they leave the house. Again, I'm sorry to everyone in that bodega, all right? I was just popping in to buy some nuts. I didn't mean for everybody to see mine. And how dope are those moms? You know your protest is picking up steam when your mom shows up. My Jeremy wants to fight the system because this guy is a real ACAB, right, Jeremy? Mom, I told you I can defeat fascism by myself. God! What's behind this new wave of protests in Portland? Well, they're reacting to a recent move by the Trump administration that has put the whole city on edge. You see, for months, local officials there had been allowing peaceful demonstrations without too much interference. But President Trump was not happy about that. So he decided to send in the feds, which led to scenes like this.
A crisis unfolding in Portland, Oregon, after video surfaced online that showed masked and camouflaged federal agents detaining peaceful protesters.
Attorney General Ellen Rosenblum says federal officers are the ones escalating the violence. She's now suing several federal agencies for actions like this.
What is going on? Who are you? 3 or 4 or 5 of them jumping out of the unmarked vans at night, grabbing people off the streets, putting them into their vans.
Man, that sounds less like democracy and more like an episode of Narcos. Unidentified soldiers throwing protesters into an unmarked van on the streets of Portland? Like, I don't care who you are. Nothing good has ever come from an unmarked van. It's never like, get in the van, get in the unmarked van, we're going to Disney World. And how are people even supposed to tell the difference between being arrested and being kidnapped? Because I don't know if you've noticed this, but in America, random dudes walk around in camo gear holding guns all the time. I mean, can you tell which of these is a federal officer and which one is doing Army Man cosplay? Because I can't. So if you ask me, there's only one solution here. And that solution is that everyone should dress up in camo. That's the only way everyone's going to be safe. That way, when they come to arrest you and throw you in their van, you can be like, no, I'm arresting you and throwing you in my van. And then things will get so confusing that eventually you get thrown in your own van and you can just drive home. Now, if you're sitting at home wondering, why should I care about this, man? It's happening in Portland. I'm not even a hipster. Well, now, Trump says that he's planning to send these secret police to cities all across America. So you might want to get naked and call your mom because shit's about to go down. Kanye West, hip-hop superstar and album/presidential campaign, and it has not been going well.
Kanye West is moving forward with his campaign for president. He held a rally in Charleston, South Carolina yesterday, arriving on stage with the year 2020 shaved into the back of his head and wearing what appeared to be a military-style vest. West appeared to be putting forward policy proposals on the fly.
Everybody that has a baby gets $1 million or something happens.
And at one point he broke down into tears while describing how he was nearly aborted by his parents.
There would have been no Kanye West because my dad was too busy.
One of the more controversial statements of the night, though, came when he criticized abolitionist Harriet Tubman.
Well, Harriet Tubman never actually freed the slaves. She just had the slaves go work for other white people.
Y'all, we leaving right now.
Okay, this is officially the weirdest hip-hop.
White people. Yep. Well, Harriet Tubman never actually freed the slaves. She just had the slaves go work for other white people.
Y'all, we leaving right now.
Okay, this is officially the weirdest hip-hop beef of all time. You can go after Harriet Tubman for not getting the slaves better jobs? What was she supposed to do? Run the Underground Railroad and LinkedIn? I mean, I guess congratulations, though. You know, Kanye found a campaign hat that black people are even less likely to wear than Trump's. And honestly, guys, I don't know what to make of this. I genuinely don't know what to make of this. You know, but because my takeaway from this event is that Kanye West doesn't seem well. Like, I feel like someone who cares about him needs to take his microphone away. Although, ironically, the best person for that job is Kanye. The battle for justice in America continues every single day. But if it seems like there's no end in sight, at least there's progress on some of the smaller issues.
We've been saying it for months. The mainstream media mob refuses to do any vetting of Joe Biden. Now, since the end of August, he has taken fewer than half the questions that President Trump has taken from reporters. And with only 20 days until the election, the Biden campaign strategy is now clear: hide Keep Joe hidden from the public. We, the people, run out the clock, ask no tough questions. Tonight, White House Press Secretary Kayleigh McEnany was locked out of a personal Twitter account after sharing that story that we mentioned earlier about Hunter Biden. She wasn't alone today. Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey, is now admitting Twitter's actions on the article were, quote, not great. You think, Jack? Here with more, White House Press Secretary Kayleigh McEnany. Number one, how are you feeling? You had your COVID diagnosis. Not fun, I'm sure. How are you feeling now?
Still feeling great. No symptoms, so I can't complain. A lot better off than a lot of Americans were. So I'm very...
Yeah, well, I will say you're younger and healthier, unlike me, old person. We're at greater risk, which of course nobody likes for anybody, and hopefully with the new therapeutics and vaccine on the horizon, that's all great. So you got locked out today. I really didn't understand from Jack what he was trying to say, because if you share the Russia-Trump conspiracy theory, I don't remember people getting locked out for those lies that we now know they shared then and even today still share.
Yeah, that's exactly right. It made no sense what he said. And consider this, Sean. This was a news story with emails, pictures of the emails, which even the Biden campaign